The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
A most pleasant good afternoon to you wherever you may be. Welcome into Delaware Hockey Night. We're live from Fred Rust Arena, where the United States Naval Academy midshipmen are looking to complete a sweep of the weekend. Here in the first state, the Delaware Blue Hens already have beaten Navy in ACHA play this season. They're looking to do the same here and end the weekend 2-1 as well after beating Buffalo on Friday and falling to Liberty on Saturday. James Witherite flying solo from the top of the stands here at Fred Rust Arena. In advance of the final game of this weekend's ACHA Women's Showcase. We're going to dive right in to the Limestone Pension Associates pregame report. We'll give you a look at the Delaware lines for this breast cancer awareness game, an annual tradition maintained by the Delaware Blue Hens team. Sophia Rosenthal, Marzano, and Nima will handle top line duties for Delaware. Jess Pittinello with Sam Schultz and Maggie Lester. A powerful top six for this Delaware group. It is worth noting Emily Gallagher is out of the lineup with an upper body injury. Mia Bonfilio, joined by Olivia Huddy, as the starting defensive pair. Evie Hill back in the lineup. Here this afternoon, strong 200-foot defender. She'll be alongside Emma Chaffee in the second Delaware pairing. And we'll get to see Sydney Butler between the pipes today, as each of the three Delaware goalies gets a start between the pipes. Maddie Boyle in victory over Buffalo on Friday. Kaylee McFadden in defeat to Liberty yesterday. And here's Sydney Butler. We'll get the call as the Hens look to end their weekend on a winning note. They've already defeated Navy once this season. Of course, the big absence for Navy coming as a result of the graduating Julia Chenoweth, who was simply masterful between the pipes in her time with the Academy. Pre-game brought to you by Limestone Pension Associates. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For over 35 years, Limestone has helped small businesses across America craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Delaware Hockey Night is presented by Heather A. Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. Heather specializes in personal injury and workers' compensation cases and is available for consultation at 302-565-6132. That's 302-565-6132. Warm-ups have concluded, and we've got some pregame festivities to get to, so we're going to take you inside the glass right now for some special pregame presentations. Hockey fans, good afternoon, and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. The American Collegiate Hockey Association presents this Women's Division II matchup between the visiting U.S. Naval Academy midshipmen and your Delaware Blue Hens. Prior to the game, we would like to introduce from the Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition. Special dignitaries joining us today, Lois Wilkinson and Lady Chris Hott. Lois Wilkinson, an alumna of UD, class of 1977, is a 20-year breast cancer survivor and the program director for the Delaware Breast Cancer Coalitions of Newcastle and Kent counties. Lady Chris Hott from Middletown is a DBCC volunteer and herself a 7-year breast cancer survivor. The DBCC is a 501c3 organization that empowers communities by raising awareness of breast health issues through survivorship support services, outreach, and education in order to facilitate the early detection and treatment of breast cancer. DBCC encourages everyone to share and advocate breast health awareness. Their mission is to empower the community by raising awareness of breast health issues through outreach, education, and support services in order to facilitate the early detection and treatment of breast cancer. Their vision is to create a community where every person diagnosed becomes a survivor and fear and doubt are replaced with knowledge and hope. On behalf of the Delaware Blue Hens, a hearty thank you to Lois and Lady Chris for joining us today. Your work and dedication are going above and beyond in helping us raise awareness for the cause. The Blue Hens would like to recognize family members and close friends of the team and their personal journeys with breast cancer. And they're standing rinkside for flower presentations and a few handshakes from the officials as well. Number 27, Paige Winterberg, would like to honor 3 people this afternoon, 2 of whom are here with us. Additionally, her grandmother, Alice Winterberg, unfortunately was taken from us too soon by breast cancer. That said, her love and joyful spirit still remains with us. Paige's mom, Sherry, not only won the battle against breast cancer, but fought it during a global pandemic. Her strength is an inspiration to all around her. The joy she gives to everyone around her never left, not even for a moment. Finally, Paige's dad, Doug, who even after losing his mother to this horrible disease, stood by his wife every day in support, dyeing his beard pink and providing all the love and support that anyone could ask for. Paige is grateful to have such a loving family and feels blessed to be here today to honor them. Number 29, Jess Pittanello, honors her mom, Laura, who has been cancer-free now for 19 years. As Jess says, my mom is the strongest woman I know. I love you. Always great words to hear from one's child. Maddie Boyle would like to recognize her mom, Beth, who was diagnosed with breast cancer over 7 years ago and who has been cancer-free for 7 years. Maddie admires her mom's strength and determination, not only as a survivor, but also as an amazing mother to Maddie and her 3 brothers as well. Lastly, Sydney Butler honors her grandmother, Sharon Butler, who is a 15-year survivor. Sydney would like to thank her grandmother for all her love and support over the years. At this time, we ask that the Delaware and Navy captains please report to center ice for a ceremonial puck drop. Thank you. Once the carpet is rolled back in, it will be time to introduce this afternoon's starting lineups. We begin with the United States Naval Academy midshipmen. Starting in goal, number 1, Magdalene Colasa. On defense, number 23, Marguerite Schillinger. And number 8, Lindsay Beisch. At forward, number 13, Kelly Hughes. Number 19, Brooke Gauthier. And number 6, Melody Zhu. And now the starting lineup for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal, number 1, Sydney Butler. On defense, number 14, Mia Bonfilio. And number 6, Olivia Huddy. At left wing, number 54, Sophia Rosenthal. At right wing, number 12, Julia Nima. And starting at center, number 17, Carly Marzano. Your Blue Hens are coached by Ken Deming, Al Gallo, and Katie Smith. The on-ice officials for this afternoon's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are Chuck Bolnick and Colin Morrow. At this time, fans, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice, as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's get it started.
Pre-game festivities in the rearview mirror. Scoreboard is reset. We're just about ready to go for the series finale from Fred Rust Arena. Delaware in their home whites traveling left to right. Commemorative breast cancer awareness sweaters, bubble font numbers on the back and sleeves, and pink, a little bit hard to read, but we'll make do. Navy clad in their away navies. How apt. Moving right to left, backstopped by Magdalene Kalasa. First period action brought to you by First State Ice Hockey, committed to building the next generation of youth hockey players under the philosophy of one state, one goal. Learn more about their classes, clinics, events, and growing summer program by visiting firststateicehockey.com. The signal's given Colin Morrow with the initial draw. And off we go at Fred Rust Arena. As it turns out, our camera robot is frozen, and we're left without a videographer for the time being. So we'll do our best to keep you apprised.
She's coming up. It'll be okay.
So we'll be getting everything up and running here momentarily, we certainly hope. The downside of a short staff is sometimes on these special occasion events, people are spread pretty thin, and the course of things not always laid out in such a way that gives people time to react and plan. Josie Billett to the rescue. And will join play a minute and a half into the contest as the Hens come out of their zone. Beisch's breakout pass is intercepted by Maggie Lester. Turned into the near corner, shot from Schultz off the pads of Kalasa. Third save for her. Mid's clear. And here come the Hens back on the attack. Schultz stopped right at the Navy blue line before dumping the puck in. That enables the Hens to get in a change. Hughes can't clear. Witterberg holds the right point before heading off herself. Breakout pass evades the reach of Hughes. Icing waved off. Olivia Huddy plays this puck from behind the Delaware goal. The following pass was intercepted. Walking in with a backhand shot was Cornelio, one of the players to watch on this Navy team. But she's denied on the welcome mat by Butler. Nearing the 3-minute mark of the first period in this Battle of the Chesapeake. Delaware and Navy only an hour 10 apart by way of Interstates 95 and 97 on either side of the Grand Chesapeake Bay. Mia Bonfilio walks her own blue line. Ricochets the puck off the far boards, but Rory Essick can't bring it down. It's corralled by Lauren Power. Played on to her left, and Stengel. This puck advanced to Gauthier up the near side. We see the name. We want to say Gautier, but we're informed that she anglicizes it. It's her name. She's got the final say. And the Delaware Blue Hens are guilty of an icing with 16 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the first period. Face-off coming to the right of Butler. Shots even 3 aside at this juncture. Hens attempting to clear off the draw. Stonewalled at the right point by Beisch. Shot in from an awkward angle, saved smartly by Butler. Here's a 2-on-2 for the Hens. Led up the near wall by Evie Hill. That 200-foot defender tried to run the gauntlet in front of the cage, was stripped of the puck. Race on the other direction. Kelly Hughes gets to it for Navy, but she's outnumbered upon gaining the Delaware line. Here's Cornelio. Putting on the brakes at the top of the left circle, trying to generate space. Drop pass to Michaela Stengel. Her shot stick checked up into the atmosphere by Nima. It's brought down behind the net by Wheelock. Nima wreaking havoc again in the near corner. Firing from the point. Stengel denied by a Butler's stick save. 5 shots, 5 saves for the Delaware netminder, making her lone appearance of the weekend. Lauren Power from center point. Took aim, her shot blocked amid net front congestion. Looked like Amanda Werner turned that one aside. Follow-up chance, again, Power from just inside the stripe. Denied yet again by Butler. We've just passed the 5-minute mark of the first period. No score between Navy and Delaware. Puck caroms behind the goal. And it's picked up by Paige Winterberg. The Texan fires a cross-ice pass off the boards in front of the scorer's table. Nearly led to an odd woman rush for Delaware, but Rosenthal was caught up to at the far boards. Sashaying through traffic, Marzano fires a lazy shot in toward the Navy goal, and this is covered up by Kalasa for a pause with 5.5 minutes gone in period number 1. Faceoff came to the right of Kalasa, who's got some mighty big shoes to fill. I know we spoke of her during pregame, but the goalie piece of the puzzle, the toughest one for this Navy team to fill after the graduation of one Julia Chenoweth, who was the cornerstone of this Navy team for years. Puck battle develops to the left of Butler, to his side. It's finally pitchforked free and now walked up the left wall by Jess Pittinello. She chips it beyond the reach of Power, but it's a 1-on-2 into the Navy zone, and Stangl recovers for the Mids. Power, cross-ice pass in the neutral zone, tipped beyond center red, and chased down by Cornelio, recovered by Bonfilio in the far corner. Backhanded by Lester, but not out. Now it's poke-checked across neutral ice, pursued by Schultz, turned back in by Schillinger. From just beyond the red line into the Delaware end it goes. A fairly evenly matched first 7 minutes of play, and an icing will bring action back in to the Delaware end. Face-off coming to the left as signaled by referee Colin Morrow of Sydney Butler. Delaware Hockey Night brought to you by Heather A. Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. Heather specializes in personal injury and workers' compensation cases and is available for consultation at 302-565-6132. And Navy have drawn first blood. Looked like it was Lindsay Beisch. Giving the Mids the early lead. We'll get the particulars from the off-ice officials as soon as made available. Looked from here like Beisch. We'll get the official word along with the assists to go with it here momentarily. Marzano exits traffic, gains red, tries to wrist the puck. Into the Navy zone and draws the penalty. With 12:20 to go in the first period. Interference, the call. On Michaela Stangl. So the Blue Hens are headed to their first Primo power play of the afternoon. You too can score on the Primo power play. Visit your local neighborhood Primo Hoagies on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, and experience their old-fashioned Italian-style specialty sandwiches. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo. And the Hens score on the Primo power play. Schultz lights the lamp. Gets the net front feed, buries it at the 8-minute mark, and we're all tied up at 1. We've got a lot to get you caught up on here shortly. So while we wait for particulars, we'll stay with the action. It is a 1-1 game just beyond the 8-minute mark. Navy counterattack. Shot from Wheelock at the far half wall. Turned aside by Butler. And we've more or less been left in the dark here in the press box as far as what's occurred to this point from the official standpoint. Now we've got the rest of the story. And now we'll pass it along to you. U.S. Naval Academy goal was scored by number 8, Lindsey Beisch. Time of the unassisted goal, 6 minutes 58 seconds in the first period. Beisch unassisted at 6:58. Navy penalty assessed to number 14, Michaela Stengel. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 7 minutes 40 seconds in the first period. Stengel 2 for interference at 7:40. Oh, Delaware goal! Scored by number 24, Sam Schultz. Assisted by number 12, Julia Nema. Time of the power play goal, 8 minutes even in the first period. Schultz from Nema at 8 minutes, a power play goal. So at the halfway point of the first period, we're all even Steven at 1 aside. Puck battle developed at the far half wall in the Delaware zone right at the base of their bench. Reaching for the puck, Kelly pushes it clear. It's volleyed back in by Power. Kelly recovers. Essick swats at the puck one-handed. Works it up ice. The fans want a body check. Marzano was driven into the corner boards by Stengel. Colin Morrow felt it within the bounds of acceptable play. The battle in the far corner breaks up. Puck is loose behind the Navy goal. Recovered by Stengel. And now brought as far as the Navy line before Nema maintained for the Hens. Hughes tips this puck up the near boards from inside her own blue line. Icing waved off. Winterberg had ample opportunity to play the puck and did. Chuck Bolnick signals a body check with 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go. And this will go against Rosenthal for Delaware. So a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill coming up. Schedule your first cleaning today by visiting DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. First power play opportunity for the Mids this afternoon. Delaware penalty assessed to number 54, Sophia Rosenthal. 2 minutes for body checking. Time of the penalty, 12 minutes, 10 seconds in the first period. Rosenthal 2 for body checking at 12:10. Hughes sets up Stengel at center point. Long shot through traffic, blocked away by Butler. Stengel holds the right point, caroms the puck in low. Chased down by Wheelock. She's tied up. Trying to muscle the puck free was Evie Hill. She winds up but does not clear as Schillinger protected the zone for Navy. She hustles off for a change. The shot from at the far dot, was that Smith? Yes, it was Alexis Smith. We can't tell the 5s from the 6s on the sleeve numbers. But it goes wide of the Delaware cage, and the Hens clear with 38 seconds remaining. On this Navy power play. Intercepted breakout pass. Marzano tried to turn it into a quick close shot, but that too was intercepted. And here comes Hughes beyond center, muscling the puck forward to Melody Zhu. She lost her footing in the high slot. Marzano chases this loose puck to the far corner. Sensing traffic coming in toward her, she caroms it to the near side, where it's wristed free by Nima. Final seconds of the Rosenthal penalty are upon us. Breakout pass foiled by Schultz. Zhu stays with the play. Drives the puck back to the near wall. Cross-ice pass from Schillinger. Ricochets off the far boards. Cornelio leaves it back to Schillinger again. Under forechecking heat, she's forced to hurry up. She does find Cornelio. A Huddy stick check at the top of the near circle disrupts her. And here comes Jess Pitnello bobbing and weaving through traffic. Shot from long range. Covered up and held by Kalasa for a pause in play with 5:18 to go in the first period. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event offering pulled pork brisket and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont for takeaway lunch Monday through Saturday. Or if you want to place a catering order, you can do that too. Call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. 5 minutes to go in the first period. Delaware and Navy are deadlocked at a goal apiece. Hens outnumbered at the line. It was Essick surrounded by a quartet of midshipmen, unable to push through. Now she does with her backhand up the near side, and she lumbers in below the goal where Schillinger had a little bit of time and space. Centering feed intended for Werner after the turnover, and on the other side, Brooke Gauthier takes aim at Butler, who comes up with the save. Butler squared up, 12 feet away, saw that puck the whole way in. As textbook gets. Hens clear off the D-zone draw. That was Thrush, who worked play into the neutral zone, and now she receives a cross-ice feed from Busey. On up to Olivia Huddy this goes. She and Beisch converge in the far corner. Beisch, the lone goal scorer for Navy to this point. 16 minutes and 14 seconds into the first period. Icing waved off, Hill with time and space, and Gauthier closing in on her. Gets the puck away. It's held in by Power. Fans want to call, feeling that Power extended when making contact with Huddy in the far corner. But again, the most vocal of the Delaware fans won't get the satisfaction. Power, close-up backhand, tipped aside by Butler. Failed clearing attempt, zone protected by Cornelio. Puck volleyed across neutral ice and now carried up the near boards by Alexis Smith into Delaware territory again. She sets up Cornelio with a rocket of a wrist shot. Butler with the first save. She sprawls to make the second. Had some help on that one though, as the puck trickled wide. Zone maintained at the right point by Navy's Lindsey Beisch. The Hens Mia Bonfilio and her efforts to gain the zone will be called back offside. It was Rosenthal just ahead of the play with 2:20 to go in the first period. And this game tied 1-1. Schultz driving her way into the far corner now gets some help from Murto. Power tied up the puck, and there she is below the goal alongside Michaela Stangl. Stangl protected the vulcanized rubber. Now stick handles up the near wall to try to generate some space. Pinanello staying with her, enforcing the dump in with 100 seconds to go in the first period. Schultz failed to complete the stretch pass to Murto. This is turned back inside the Delaware blue line, walked up by Winterberg. Hens changing behind her, Paige Winterberg going to stick handle her way into the near corner, but she was stripped of the puck there by Schillinger for the Mids. Final 70 seconds of the first period. 1-on-2, Lester. Karams the puck low. McFadden. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Two on two the other way. Beisch took aim with Smith alongside her. The shot missed the far post by nearly a foot. Here's a 2-on-1 the other direction. McFadden chips the puck into the corner. Stangl won the foot race there easily. Plays it back up the near side. Hill maintains the zone. Evie Hill backhander into heavy net front traffic. It was kicked offline by Lauren Power. Brought back to center by Smith. 22 seconds to go in the first period of a 1-1 hockey game. Smith biding her time. Ricocheting the puck off the far boards. Intercepted by Carly Marzano, driven back in. Nima in the far corner. Hassled, leaves it high in the zone. Final shot comes right as the horn sounds, and the first period reaches its conclusion. The score through one period. Navy 1, Blue Hens 1. We'll take a pause on Delaware Hockey Night. We'll be back after the first intermission.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Back inside Fred Rust Arena, 1 period in the books. The Navy midshipmen, the Delaware Blue Hens, deadlocked at 1. Lindsey Beisch opened the scoring for the Mids, 6:58. Into the first period, it was answered 62 seconds later with a Sam Schultz power play goal. 20 seconds into the Michaela Stangl interference minor, which paved the way for the equalizer. Second period brought to you by the Hooper family, longtime supporters of Delaware Blue Hens hockey and of today's coverage of the University of Delaware women's team on Delaware Hockey Night TV. Second period is underway. Hens traveling right to left in their commemorative breast cancer awareness sweaters. And we're doing okay reading them, all things considered. I had said to University of Delaware Athletics Director Chrissy Raywalk during the intermission, might be a good time for me to head out to the car and get the binoculars from when I used to call horse racing. Ultimately, we did not make the trip. Delayed offside signaled probably as a result of the Hens being in the midst of a change of 4 of the blue line while the puck was played in. So the Hens now with fresh legs on will have to regroup, and they do. Schultz comes in up the right dots, stops in the corner, skates a tight circle, leaves the puck to Hill. Across to Emma Chaffee, stepping up to the top of the left circle. She shoots and scores! Emma Chaffee gives the Hens the go-ahead. It's now 2-1. That one around the horn, 73 seconds. Into the second period. A hard shot from the top of the left circle. Beats Kolasa. And the Blue Hens have taken their first lead of the afternoon. And another! From out of their zone, Corey Busey finishes here, and we've got ourselves a 3-1 hockey game. Only 10 seconds. Net front traffic in front of Butler. Wheelock denied on the doorstep. Puck launched in from long range. And this one's played out the far side. We had to make use of instant replay to confirm the proper allocation of goals and assists. And play whistle to a hauled offside. Two and a half minutes have gone by here in period number 2. Delaware catching lightning in a bottle early in the second period. They've gone up by a 3-1 tally. Oh, Delaware goal! Scored by number 29, Jess Pittanello. Assisted by number 9, Emma Chaffee. And number 7, Evie Hill. Time of the goal, 1 minute 13 seconds in the second period. Pittanello from Chaffee and Hill at 1:13. Delaware's third goal, scored by number 33, Corey Busey. Assisted by number 24, Sam Schultz. Time of the goal, 1 minute 23 seconds in the second period. Busey from Schultz at 1:23. And this brings us now to the 4-minute mark of the second period. Hens with 2 quick shots and 2 quick goals to start the second period. And now they post up in attacking territory again, but a 2-a-side scrum for the puck develops over the right shoulder of Navy netminder Magdalene Kalasa. Hill protects the left point, working the opposite side. Chaffee patrolling the far boards. Usually the pair are flipped. Marzano failed to control the puck at the top of the circle. Here comes Hill, crossing over to the right now. Opening fire at the top of the slot from 35 feet, but she misses the far post. Navy recovers. Beisch slams the puck off the near wall. Mids head off for a much-needed change. Nima recovers for Delaware. Ricochets the puck off the boards to herself, stops just shy of the Delaware blue line. That enables her to come off. Likewise, Chaffee, they're replaced by a pair of fresh blue Hens, Winterberg and Pittanello coming back into action. For the Hens up 3-1. At this juncture, we're 5 minutes and change into the second period. Pittanello bodied down, hard shot from Winterberg. Off the pads of Kalasa, and out come the Mids back the other direction. Three on one for Delaware. Corey Busey does it again. She's on the board for 2, and the Hens extend their lead to 4-1. Some incredibly inspired hockey from Delaware to start the second period. 3 goals in 5 minutes and 44 seconds. Deja vu all over again, as it is indeed Schultz setting up Busey for their second. Not just of the game, but of the period. Oh, Delaware goal! Her second of the afternoon, scored by number 33, Corey Busey. Assisted by number 24, Sam Schultz. Time of the goal, 5 minutes 44 seconds in the second period. Busey from Schultz, second of the game at 5:44. If you're like me, healthy living is important, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com today to schedule your first cleaning. In come the mids, it was Christina Cornelio. Accelerating up the left dots into a 1-on-2. Drop pass failed to connect. Chaffee offering forechecking pressure for the Hens, disrupting Cornelio. Shot came from Werner from deeper in the zone. Handled well by Kalasa this time, but she's been beaten in 4 of 11 shots she's faced so far. Chaffee again holds the near point. Throws the puck into the slot. It was tipped by McFadden. Away to the far corner. No icing here. Gauthier wins the race to the puck. She's bodied down below the goal. And Evie Hill's going to take the walk of shame to the infraction chamber. Body checking ruled with 12 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the second period, so Delaware Trash Can Cleaning penalty kill time. Coming up for the Blue Hens. Delaware penalty assessed to number 7, Evie Hill. 2 minutes for body checking. Time of the penalty, 7 minutes 27 seconds in the second period. Hill 2 for body checking at 7:27. And the power play ends just as quickly as it begins. Melody Zhu off for tripping. All of 25 seconds later. So we're going to be 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 35 seconds. Face-off will take place to the left of Kalasa. Schultz in for the draw. Navy penalty assessed to number 6, Melody Zhu. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 7 minutes 52 seconds in the second period. Zhu, 2 for tripping at 7:52. Lots of open space to work with, 4-on-4. Cornelio digs the puck free of a battle. Sets up a chance from center point off the stick of Schillinger. That batted aside by Butler, and a puck out of play gives us a pause with 11.5 to go. Power with a laser from, well, not quite a laser, but a strong enough shot from the right point was blocked. Pushed back by Murto inside the Navy blue line. Puck recovered by Stangl, worked up the far side off a smart D-to-D pass. Stangl gets it back. Left to Power. And now fired clear to Gauthier. Gauthier's stick lifted by the other 19, Lena Murto, at the top of the far circle in the Delaware zone, disrupts that 2-on-2 attack. Gauthier again. Up the left wing boards. Launches a shot in. From long range, an easy one for Butler to handle. This puck rolls to Emma Chaffee in the far corner. Primo power play time, a back-end power play for the Hens. Only 25 seconds with the one-woman advantage, and half of that time has gone away. Marzano in the far corner. Heavy traffic net front, cutting for the net was Nima. Delayed penalty coming up. It will be against Navy again. Now Butler cuts to the bench. Can the extra attacker get on before the touch? No. Play whistle dead. Interference signaled by Chuck Bolnick with 9 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the second. Beisch heading off for interference. And the Hens go back to the Primo power play. You too can score on the Primo power play. Visit your local neighborhood Primo Hoagies to experience their old-fashioned Italian-style specialty sandwiches. Your local neighborhood Primo on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, bringing you this and every Delaware Blue Hens power play all season long. Navy penalty assessed to number 8, Lindsay Beisch. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 10 minutes, 5 seconds in the second period. Beisch 2 for interference at 10:05. Videographer, production assistant, and quickly becoming friend, Josie Billett, making it all happen behind the scenes. Ran to the printer earlier in the game, assisting with in-arena stuff today. Well, she is a healthy scratch from the Delaware lineup here this afternoon. She's been a terrific help in the press box, and we're grateful to have her on board. Not just today, but also for yesterday's Delaware Men's Division I home opener. Colossa with the last word. On that close-up shot was a Schultz trying to connect. That one deserves another look. It was Julia Nima who received the centering pass. And it was Magdalene Colossa who sprawled for an impressive looking, if not just outright impressive, save. The mid's clear. 50 seconds remaining on the Delaware woman advantage. Pitinello with some support astern in the form of Bonfilio does work clear. This puck stolen by Power from the reach of Busey and launched back up the near boards. It rolls to the far corner of the Delaware zone, where Cornelio is double-teamed by the defensive pair of Huddy and Bonfilio. Mia comes away with the puck, floats it up the near boards to Murto. Advanced beyond the reach of Pitinello. This puck turned back at the navy blue line by Michaela Stengel. Back as far as the Delaware line, protected by Lena Murto. And volleyed back in by the mids from their side of neutral territory. Race on for the puck back in the Navy zone. Busey on even pegging with Marguerite Schillinger on that race to the line, so icing waved off by Colin Morrow. Working the far corner, Murto maintained control of the puck. Centered, nobody home, just a sea of navy blue sweaters in front of netminder Magdalene Colossa, who stopped 8 of 12. Chaffee turns the puck off the near boards. Schillinger recovers in her end. 7 and change to go in the second period of now a 4-1 hockey game. This second period has been all Delaware. 2 goals from Corey Busey here. Evie Hill clears out the kitchen, pursuing the puck. Melody Zhu was canceled out net front. And Werner exits the zone for Delaware. The re-entry of Wheelock is called offside. With 6 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the second, Delaware up 4-1 over the United States Naval Academy. The Blue Hens have kicked on the afterburners here in the middle frame. And Butler, with an easy stick save, records her 16th of the afternoon. Looked momentarily like Werner had drawn a trip, but no, she just fell, says referee Chuck Bolnick. Kelly tries to split the wickets in from the top of the left circle, dumping the puck behind the Navy goal, but the Mids had position to recover. Here they commit an icing infraction with 6 minutes 14 to go in the second period, and will head back into the mid-zone. Delaware with an attacking zone face-off coming up. There's a new gold standard for digital media solutions for small businesses. 412 Communications offers web and graphic design, social media consultation, public relations, writing and editing services, and more. Visit 412communications.com to learn how they can help your brand build lasting relationships with your clientele. 6 and change to go in the second. We just now were able to get to the 10-minute media timeout, given all the time spent with uneven strength hockey being played through the middle stages of the period. Mids change. Hens exit their zone. Marzano flips the puck off the toe of her stick, off the backhand in fact, in behind the Navy goal. Thrush maintains off the failed Mids clear. Her shot from the point was blocked. Rosenthal corrals the loose puck. Left again to Morgan Thrush. She tries to backhand it in deep after bobbling the puck. This turned around and cleared by Schillinger. Hens up the middle again. Essex stays on side. Marzano launches one in from long range. Stopped by Kalasa. And the Navy counterattack, led by Kirsta Wheelock, will be whistled back offside. We get the feeling the Fred Rust Arena organist might like Earth, Wind, and Fire a fair bit, as we hear Boogie Wonderland during the last stoppage in play. Crashing the net after the initial shot, Cornelio, following her rebound, denied twice by Butler. 4.5 to go, another chance to catch our breath. Watching the game with friends or heading to Fred Rust Arena to tailgate maybe? Score big and serve in style with Primo Hoagie's party trays and sampler platters. Stop into your local neighborhood Primo on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, or order your tray online at primohoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo. A rocket from center point from Schillinger off the attacking zone draw, turned aside by Butler. Plenty of commotion in front of her. Butler had the last word there. The Hens clear, race on for a loose puck deep in the Navy territory. Stengel got there well in time, and Gauthier up the left wing boards. Sees her stick lifted by Pitinello, vying for the puck and driving play back as far as the Navy stripe. Volleyed from Schillinger, back the other way by Chaffee, who pursues. Liebman, right at center, wristed the puck in over the Navy line. before Schillinger turned it back the other way. Now the Hens persevering, work into attacking territory. Evie Hill working the corner. Hyatt goes to Thrush. Amanda Werner winds up from 62 feet. That shot wide of the near post. Liebman to Thrush controlling the rebound. Thrown in from an awkward angle. This blocked away will not be considered a shot on goal as its trajectory was away from being able to be counted. Icing waved off. Schillinger let the puck go from her blue line. We've got 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the second period of this 4-1 hockey game. Advantage squarely rests with the Delaware Blue Hens in front of their home crowd. Wheelock got tied up in the near corner. Puck held in by Power. Caught a body on its way in from the right point. Brought down by Thrush. Volleyed back across the Delaware blue line. Hill sends it sailing into heavy mid-rink traffic. And this time around, Delaware is guilty of an icing with 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the second period. The score 4-1, Blue Hens with the advantage. Power taking aim from the top of the right circle. Off the face-off win from Hughes. Butler directs play to the far side, and now Kelly advances the puck up the right wing boards. It's chipped in by Werner. The big guns coming on for Delaware now with 2 and change to go in the second. Paige Winterberg, the Texan, hustles to the near corner. Plays the puck across her own zone to in front of the Navy bench where a two-a-side scrum at the base of same develops. Nima overpowered. Emerging with the puck was Stangl. She's angled to the near corner by the other 14, Mia Bonfilio, who reaches in to play the puck free. They collide. Bonfilio slow to get up. Rosenthal exits the zone for Delaware. Setting up on an outlet pass, Julia Nima. Her shot through the legs of Schillinger, but right into the breadbasket of Kalasa for a pause. Mids were short a player on their line change. Proper's strength finally achieved. Julia Nima from point-blank range couldn't get past Kalasa to give the Hens one for the thumb, which again begs the popular question, do Hens have thumbs? Final 70 of period number 2. Nima angled her way past Beisch to the corner to stay with the puck. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Power's going to go for interference. Penalty officially at 19:09. And the primo power play for the Hens will take them to either a 5-1 lead or the conclusion of the second period. Navy penalty assessed to number 16, Lauren Power. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 19 minutes, 9 seconds in the second period. Power 2 for interference at 19:09. Your Blue Hens are on the Primo Power Play. Down to single digits in the second period. Puck cleared by Hill. Nima, last chance. Shot directed behind the cage by Kalasa, and the horn sounds. Through 2 periods, the score, Delaware Blue Hens 4, Naval Academy Midshipmen 1. We'll take you to the second intermission here on DHM.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back in to Delaware Hockey Night, presented by Heather A. Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. 2 periods gone. The Delaware Blue Hens lead 4-1 over the U.S. Naval Academy midshipmen. It's all brought to you, as mentioned, by Heather A. Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers, along with Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. 4-1-2 Communications. First State Ice Hockey, 1 state, 1 goal. Limestone Pension Associates. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning. And Primo Hoagies. Third period underway. Hens on a Primo power play for another minute and change. To start this final frame of action, Delaware in their commemorative breast cancer awareness sweaters. White, lavender, pink. Numbers that present a little bit of a challenge to read, especially from any distance. But here we can tell you it is Carly Marzano working up the right wing boards into Navy territory before being pushed back to neutral ice. This puck is cleared out of the mid zone, played by Sydney Butler, who stopped 20 of 21 shots through the first 2 periods of action. In comes Olivia Huddy. And we thank Josie Billett for giving us the heads up on the pronunciation. She walks play in. Sprawling to cover the puck was Kalasa, and a scrum surrounded her post haste from there. Play resumes to Colossa's right. Final seconds of the power penalty tick away. Another shot, another save for Colossa. Kelly won the attacking zone faceoff. The Essex setup intended for Hill sails long. Evie Hill back behind her own goal. Faces two-ply forechecking pressure. Zhu came at her from one angle, Gauthier from the other. Here, Zhu is denied by Butler on the doorstep, and we'll give you another look at that. Gauthier sets up Zhu on the doorstep, and Sydney Butler sprawls to make the save with 107 seconds gone in the third period of a 4-1 hockey game. Draw to the right of Butler now. Puck is down, play resumes. Hill emerges after Schillinger failed to protect the left point. Hill got to center before dumping the puck in. She chases it down, however, Beisch had time and space to play it for Navy, and now Schillinger winds up. From distance, the numbers on the front and sleeves of the Navy sweater look like gold rectangles with white trim. The aperture on the numbers extremely small. And if you're a font nut like me, it's things like this that you tend to notice. Stroke width, aperture. We won't bore you with the technical stuff. Schillinger's shot into Butler's pads. Puck in the high slot is lofted clear by Marzano. Recovered by Stangl. Thankfully, the shapes of 1s and 4s are pretty easily discernible regardless of the other factors. Gauthier's shot from 30 feet wobbles wide. She lost her footing. Zone maintained. Puck across to Power from Stangl. Shot blocked as soon as she got rid of it. Nima turns on the pressure on her. Power stays with the puck. Flips it off the far boards. Bonfilio winds up and clears beyond the reach of the other 14, Michaela Stangl. There's no icing here. We come to the final 16-20 of the contest. There was a penalty against Lena Murto. 142. In this third period, so a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill that just wrapped up. Trying to jam the puck in close was Schillinger, and the rebound goes in. We'll look at it again on the tape. Schillinger denied by Butler on the welcome mat. And the rebound at 4:06. Directed in by Alexis Smith. Brings Navy back within 2. U.S. Naval Academy goal, scored by number 15, Alexis Smith. Assisted by number 23, Marguerite Schillinger. Time of the goal, 4 minutes, 6 seconds in the third period. Smith from Schillinger at 4:06. Winterberg centers up the middle. pass blocked. The Navy counterattack will be called offside. Face-off occurs directly in front of the Delaware bench. Hens clear, but they're pushed back to their own line. Winterberg behind the goal. Challenged by the forechecking Gauthier. We'll call it a win. We've been pretty good about anglicizing today. Schultz tied up in the near corner of the Navy zone. Puck battle in progress there. Now it is knocked loose, thanks to Stengel, and carried by Power as far as her own blue line. From there, she is guilty of an icing with 14:12 to go. In regulation, Delaware still on top, 4-2 over the U.S. Naval Academy. Play restarts to the left of Kalasa. Power to Stengel behind the Navy goal. Up the left boards comes Alexis Smith. She's slowed up by Huddy at center. Still, she was able to roll the puck in. No, she wasn't. Looked like it was being chased down behind the Delaware net. Not the case whatsoever. As Lester maintains, amid heavy traffic in front of the scorer's table, now getting some help from Bonfilio, who is knocked down by Smith. Clearly excessive force delivered there. And Smith is going to go sit. Looks officially a body check. In any case, the Blue Hens will look to capitalize on this primo power play. Which will take us to the 8.5-minute mark of the third period. Navy penalty assessed to number 15, Alexis Smith. 2 minutes for body checking. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes, 27 seconds in the third period. Smith 2 for body checking at 6:27. Your Blue Hens are on the primo power play. And with 13 and change to go, that power play is no more. As Julia Nema is called off for a hold. So 27 seconds with a one-woman advantage. The Hens unable to connect, and we go 4-on-4. Delaware penalty assessed to number 12, Julian Nema. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 6:54 in the second period. Nema 2 for holding at 6:54. A long shot saved by Butler. It came from the point, looked like it was Stengel who fired that one in. Even strength for 70 more seconds. Marzano up the left wing boards, gains the Navy line, but was outnumbered upon reaching attacking territory. Power stick handles behind her own goal line. Now generates some space as Murto drops back, as does Marzano. 2 new Blue Hens making an immediate impact. Marzano. Cross ice pass to Bonfilio at the top of the left circle. She takes aim from there. Her shot held on to by Kalasa. And that gives us a pause in play with 12 minutes and 9 seconds to go in period number 3. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware is open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch, or if you'd like to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. Bonfilio holds the left point. She gets the puck back, launches it into traffic. It's blocked down by Schillinger's skate net front, and chipping the puck, or trying to anyway, up the near boards out of harm's way was Wheelock. This driven up ice, Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill for 22 seconds. As Navy gets a back-end power play thanks to the Nema hold. Huddy from center rolls the puck in behind the Navy goal. Partial changing of the guard for the Blue Hens as the Nema penalty reaches its final 5 seconds. Stangl enters up the middle. Wrap around, foiled on the doorstep by Evie Hill, staying right with her. And it looks like too many players on the ice. Yep, that's the case. The unofficial too many players on the ice signal given by Chuck Bolnick at 9:01. And the Hens, just like that, are right back on the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. Schillinger's shot from just inside the line was wide. Puck out of play gives us a pause with 10:49 to go in regulation. Delaware penalty, bench minor, too many players on the ice. Time of the penalty, 9 minutes, 1 second in the third period. Delaware, too many players on the ice. A bench minor at 9:01. Schillinger challenged directly by Marzano, who as they collided took a nasty tumble. Puck ends up back at the Navy line, recovered by Lindsay Beisch from there. Schillinger can't advance the puck cleanly to Gauthier. Hill turns it back the other direction. Race to the far corner, Nema and Stangl converge on the puck. Stangl just a little bit quicker. Leaves it to Schillinger, back to Stangl it goes, and now up the right side, Cornelio swats at the puck to work it back across center. We haven't heard a whole heck of a lot from Christina Cornelio so far today. Here she dipsy-doodles past Huddy. Bobbling puck at the top of the crease, thrown in by Wheelock, caught and held onto by Butler for a pause in play with 9:50 to go. Draw to the right of Butler, maintained by Navy. Lauren Power fires from the left point. Shot wide by the width of the cage and then some into the far corner. Maintained opposite side by Stangl. Caromed in behind the net, Bonfilio tied up by Wheelock. Puck maintained by Navy's Christina Cornelio. Worked back up the far boards. Now high to Power, who barely protects the zone. Schultz stepped up to challenge her. Hens clear. That's sent by Mia Bonfilio with authority all the way up ice. Recovered by Power behind her own goal. Forechecking pressure on her. Forces a hurry-up breakout pass to Smith. On up the left side she came. Stonewalled by Hill at the Delaware blue line with 9 minutes to go. And the bench minor has expired. Beyond halfway in the second period. Lindsay Beisch taking aim from the right half wall. Butler squares up for the save, her 27th on 29 shots faced so far this afternoon. Lester leaves way for Lena Murto. 3-on-2 this Delaware attack. Murto with a drop pass. Shot from Rory Yesick at the top of the left circle. Caught and held onto by Magdalene Kalasa for another pause in play with 8:26 to go in regulation. And Delaware up 4-2 over Navy. Smith up the left wing boards. Flung the puck toward the Delaware cage, but a Paige Winterberg stick check took it off its intended path. Net front backhander came from Cornelio, likewise to little avail. Stangl holds the left point. She was fed the puck off the near boards by Smith. Pass back low, intercepted by Thrush. She winds up from 10 feet behind the blue line to try to launch the puck into Navy territory, but it was batted down on its way in. Recovered by Stangl, backhanded behind her own net. And now rifled clear by Power. It ricochets off the near wall. Winterberg swats it back along the near side, deep into Navy's end. 7.5 minutes to go. Delaware with a 4-2 lead over the U.S. Naval Academy, and now an odd woman rush. Olivia Huddy takes aim from the top of the right circle. That shot blocked as soon as she got rid of it. Puck recovered by Gauthier. Stripped from her by Huddy again. Pushed in by McFadden. Behind the goal it rolls and cleared out of harm's way again. Icing waved off. And Butler freezes for a pause in the action with 6:53 to go in regulation. And her University of Delaware Blue Hens up 4-2 over Navy. On Friday, we've got a Delaware men's doubleheader coming your way on Delaware Hockey Night. The men's Division I and II teams both in action. 3 quick shots, and the third one was good. Persistence pays off for Christina Cornelio. And her midshipmen are back within 1. First, second, and she jams the third home with 6:44 to go. And we've got ourselves a 1-goal game. We had just said we didn't hear from Cornelio yet today, but here she brings the mids back within a single tally. And the score is evened. Lauren Power ties it up with a bar down beauty with 6:16 to go. It is now 4 aside. Power bobs and weaves through traffic, goes top cheddar to beat Butler 2 goals in 28 seconds. And the mids have erased Delaware's 3-goal lead. Navy goal scored by number 24, Christina Cornelio. Time of the unassisted goal, 13 minutes, 16 seconds in the third period. Cornelio unassisted at 13-16. Navy's fourth goal, scored by number 16, Lauren Power. Time of the unassisted goal, 13 minutes 44 seconds in the third period. Power unassisted at 13:44. So it's all even up once again. 5 and change in regulation. In the blink of an eye, that 4-2 Delaware advantage has disappeared. Bonfilio holds the left point for Delaware. This puck volleyed back as far as the Delaware blue line by Power, the one who tied it up for the Mids. Turning and wristing the puck into the pads of Colassa on the doorstep was Marzano. Heads up play from her. Back the other way come Navy, led by Wheelock, who slams the puck in from a congested blue line area to the corner of the Delaware zone. Puck kicked free of a substantial pack of players in front of the Blue Hens bench. Ended up on the stick of Olivia Huddy on the near side. She gained center before dumping the puck in behind the Navy goal. The chase is on. Huddy kept in the corner by Gauthier. Plays the puck behind the cage up to Evie Hill. Taken away from her and slammed out of harm's way by Schillinger. Zone is lost at the left point. And here comes a 2-on-1 for Navy. Kelly Hughes coming in at the top of the left circle almost. Was stripped of the puck as she made her way in over the Delaware line. Down to the final 3.5 minutes of regulation. This is launched up ice by Chaffee. No icing. Stangl, forced to hurry up by Corey Busey, plays the puck again to the near side. Where up the wall, it ends up beyond the reach of Hughes. And launched back the other direction by Hill. To Busey, 2-on-2, a dump and chase, the result. And Schillinger had time and space to corral the puck behind her own goal. It's taken away from her by Busey. The centering pass from behind the net intended for Schultz never materialized. And here's a 1-on-1 for Navy. Alexis Smith taking aim from long range. Butler squared up for the save, her 31st of the afternoon. This is an icing with 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go in regulation, and a 4-4 tie between the U.S. Naval Academy and the University of Delaware. Late period collapse. Turned a 4-2 game into a 4-4 deadlock. Sydney Butler sprawls to make yet another save. Quick shot off the draw from Power again over the crossbar. And Rosenthal pushes the puck up the far boards and out of the Delaware zone. Race on for it. Recovered by Stangl behind the Navy goal. Net front. Marzano. Loose puck is shoveled out. Scrum in front of the Navy net. We came awfully close to all hell breaking loose, but everybody maintains their cool, and the face-off is spotted to the right of Magdalene Colassa, who answered the call and denied a couple quick shots for Delaware. Marzano Overpowered in the face-off circle. Evie Hill back at her own blue line. Throws the puck off the near boards. Given away to Schillinger. Marzano can't protect the zone. The breakout evades her, but she gains the puck again for the Hens over the center logo and skates into a 1-on-4. She stick handles while the reinforcements come in. Hill bothered by a Navy stick check, and this puck is chipped by Beisch nearly to the Delaware blue line, where Bussi recovers. Walked in by Pitinello. She was bothered at the top of the near circle. 85 seconds to go in regulation. Schultz winds up. Slap shot from the outside edge of the near circle, clears the crossbar, bounces to the far side. Bussi lumbers behind the Navy goal. Traps the puck along the kick plate under pressure from Beisch. Finds Schultz. Pitinello, high slot. Couldn't control the puck well for the shot. 1 minute remaining of the period. 1 minute. Gauthier gains center before launching the puck in behind the Delaware cage. That enables Navy to get some fresh players on for the final minute of regulation. Schultz tied up with Stangl. This is offside. Zhu could not maintain skate contact with the blue line, try as she might. And Smith's entry up the far boards will be called back with 36 seconds to go in regulation. A 4-4 score here at Fred Rust Arena in what's been an entertaining hockey game to bring your way this afternoon. Stangl across to Power, shot through traffic. Butler with the save. Nima controls the rebound. Final 18 seconds of regulation. This puck wobbles loose to the far corner. Thrown by Power around to the near boards. Smith lost the race to the puck. Nima couldn't clear it though. Lauren Power, final 3 seconds. The shot comes before the horn, or just before the horn, but a stick check directs it off its line and through regulation. We stand 4-4. Midshipmen and Blue Hens, each other's equals. The score through regulation. Navy Midshipmen 4, Delaware Blue Hens 4. Navy shots on goal 16 in the third period for a regulation total of 37. Delaware 6 for a regulation total of 21. We now advance to a 5-minute overtime. Five-minute overtime coming up. We don't remember if it's 3-on-3 or 4-on-4. Well, I guess we'll find out as we go. Both teams drawing up their respective plays and finalizing their overtime strategies. Looking at what's ahead next week. A men's doubleheader on Friday, the 14th. Men's Division I hosts Syracuse. That game at 6:15, followed immediately by Men's Division II, taking on the Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. And then as far as UD hockey is concerned, on Saturday, October 15th, the Men's Division I team faces off against Syracuse. Once again, that game at 5:30 p.m. So we're 3-on-3 for the overtime frame. And off we go. Nima, Murto, Marzano. The three blue hens on. Power, Stangl, and Cornelio. The trio of midshipmen. Cornelio, angled to the far boards by Marzano, gains the Delaware zone. Murto keeps her pinched to the corner. Cornelio circles behind the net. Nima plays the body on her in the near corner. Good stick-on-stick contact, disrupting, but the zone is held by Stangl. Cornelio camping out net front. Shot from Power was blocked by Nima. They converge in the far corner. Power stays with the puck. Nima pops back up on her feet, offers some disruption, but unable to swat the puck away from Power's reach. Nima quite aggressively defending Power. This puck is loose in front, covered up by Butler with 58 seconds gone in the overtime. Changing of the guard both ways. Pitinello, Winterberg, and Schultz for Delaware. Gauthier in for the draw for Navy. Joined by Beisch and Schillinger on the blue line. Lindsey Beisch, who gave Navy a lead early in the game, shoots from close up. Butler stays with her to make the save. Emerging with the rebound for Delaware was Jess Pitinello. Advancing pass to Schultz up the near boards. She circles behind the net, sets up Pitinello in the slot. Couldn't get good stick contact on the puck. Schultz trailing the play, recovers the puck again. 100 seconds have gone by in this extra period. Schultz to Pitinello in the near corner. Schillinger clogs up the net front area. Winterberg through the slot. Pitinello can't redirect. And Beisch recovers for Navy. From behind her own goal, she retreats. Advances the puck up the far boards. Gauthier leaves it back. Fresh legs on, at least in part for both sides. Puck tipped over the Delaware blue line by Cornelio, who's back on. Floated back the other way by Murto. Marzano turns up the forechecking heat. Forces a bad outlet pass from Navy. And Nima has time and space, at least did for a moment, before Zhu turned up the pressure on her to set play up the other way. Murto in the far corner does find Nima despite being hassled mightily by Stangl. Plenty of forechecking disruption by Navy. Nima shouldered into the near boards at center, was able to finally get the puck down into the Navy zone. And an exhausted Julia Nima comes off for a much needed change as we work to the final 2 minutes and change of overtime. Brooke Gauthier gets past Murto, lines up a clean shot, and Butler stands tall for save number 36. The pause with 1:59 to go enables both sides to get some fresh legs in. Cornelio takes the draw across from Schultz. The 24s met in the near circle. Power with the game-tying goal. Feeds to Cornelio net front. Butler slams the door again! Rebound contested in the far corner of the Delaware zone. This puck is knocked free. Corralled by Paige Winterberg. She shovels it ahead along the near boards. Pitinello couldn't deke past Power at center. And again, the mids dump in with a minute and a half to go in the overtime. Pitinello with space now to Schultz. 2-on-2 this Delaware rush. Schultz dumps the puck in. They head off for a change. Pursuing is Marzano. Joining her from astern, Murto and Nima again. That trio kept together. So Demings shortened the bench now to just 6 with 66 seconds to go. Stretch pass finds Beisch, one-on-one. She dekes past Nima, the shot over the crossbar. 1 minute remaining in the period, and Navy has won in overtime. 57 seconds remaining in the game. And despite a valiant effort from the University of Delaware. Lindsay Beisch finishes what she begins and gives the United States Naval Academy a 5-4 victory. U.S. Naval Academy goal, scored by number 8, Lindsay Beisch. Time of the unassisted goal, 4 minutes and 3 seconds in overtime. The final score, Navy 5, Delaware 4. Stick around for the SIDS 3 stars of the game coming up next on Delaware Hockey Night. Fans, it's time for the SIDS 3 stars of the game presented by SIDS Barbecue and Jerky in Claymont, Delaware. The third star with a goal and 2 assists for Delaware, number 24, Sam Schultz. Today's second star with 2 goals for your Delaware Blue Hens, number 33, Corey Busey. And the number 1 star of the game with 2 goals, including the game winner, for the United States Naval Academy, number 8, Lindsay Beisch. That will do it for us for a long weekend of Delaware Hockey Night TV here at Fred Rust Arena. Special thank you to each and every one of you joining us all weekend long. And if you'd like to support the Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition of Newcastle and Kent counties, certainly invite you to do so via the World Wide Web. Search Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition in your preferred search engine, and you can find them on the net. For Josie Billett, Broadway Joe Sindoni, our assistant producer, Mark McClure, the entire crew, everybody who makes Delaware Hockey Night happen. James Witherite thanking you for joining us all weekend long. Delaware Hockey Night is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications, all rights reserved. Once again, tonight's final score, U.S. Naval Academy 5, Delaware Blue Hens 4. Until Friday, this is James Witherite signing off. So long from Fred Rust Arena. We'll see you again soon.